Hey everybody, Melissa Sorrentino here. I want to talk today about confidence. Confidence. I know that's something that gets talked about all over town, all the time, like it's the biggest deal in the whole freaking world. Well, it is. It's a huge deal. And I know this because I spent a very long period of my life without knowing how to show confidence. I knew how to learn things. I knew how to know things. I knew how to even be confident on a level, but I didn't know how to show confidence. And for actors and stage work, you need to learn how to show confidence if you're not somebody that naturally does. Now, we stumble into showing confidence, but then sometimes we stumble out of it. If it's all just instinct, but then we don't end up learning something that I like to call a craft. When you are an artist, your art is not just who you are. It's not just this deep, blah, 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 blah. It's actually also a craft. So you've got the talent, the ability, the inspiration, the motivation, the everything about you that makes you inherently find that seed of being an artist in you. But when you develop that seed, one of the things in the development needs to be to learn how to show confidence. And that's something that I have only more recently in my life come upon. And holy shit, it's like the holy fucking grail, you guys. Ta-da! I know how to show confidence and set it right here and continue to show it. And now I'm self-aware. I'm am I showing confidence right now? I guess I am. Okay, but I mean in situations where it's hard to show confidence. I don't know, maybe some people have trouble showing confidence in a YouTube video, which I'm like, how is that possible? I'm alone in a room in my own house. How can I not be confident right now? I mean, I'm aware that people will watch this, right, later, but right now nobody's watching me except, that thing. It's just an inanimate object. So anyway, learning confidence. Okay, one of the ways to approach this for a lot of us, and this is sort of, I need a drink. Wow, that's kind of cold for coffee. Yee, lukewarm. Okay, one of the ways to show confidence and build confidence that I think is sort of the traditional, kind of conventional way. We all think that we're all going to end up these confident adults who can manage our lives and handle ourselves. And I think the approach is traditionally basically this. I will figure out what I want to do. I will learn how to do it. Then I will have the confidence because I already know how to do what I set out to learn. And that will just automatically create confidence for me. Not always the case. Not always the case. In fact, there's sort of like a contrary, weird, backwards, fucked up thing that often happens. It's happened to me. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But sometimes when we learn things, we actually can start with a higher level of confidence until we realize, oh shit, what I thought I had to learn was just the tip of an iceberg. Just like a huge mountain of shit that I have to learn. And you're like, oh my God, the more I learn how much I have to learn. I think that was actually like a Ziggy cartoon when I was a kid. The more I learn how much I have to learn. And then we're like, oh shit, what do I do now? I have to learn more than I thought I had to learn. And then you're like, do I have to know, then that perfectionist can kick in and you're like, do I have to know everything there ever was to learn before I can get confidence? So our confidence that we even started with, we're like, well, that was a false confidence. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. And it starts to chink away and chink away and chink away. This happens, my friends, in relationships too. Oh, it happens. We meet somebody, we have that first tete-a-tete, I guess you call it, that first face-to-face, and we're flirting, we're in the zone, maybe we had a little wine, so we got that little alcohol confidence going, so do they, everybody's in a good mood, it's warm, it's nice, you exchange numbers, and then you're like, oh, now I feel a little bit invested in this, oh, is that person going to call? And should I call her? Should I call her tomorrow? Should I wait 3 days? Why isn't he calling? Is he waiting 3 days? You know, so like on both sides of the fence, there's this thing. Then you have a first date. It goes well. It's magical. La, la, la. That's awesome. You build that more, you know, kind of confidence in your situation. You got to do it again. And the more you like the person, then one day you go, oh my gosh, I really like this person. Now I way give a shit what he thinks of me or she. I way, I'm more invested. I've already, you know, sort of shot my wad on all that intro stuff, and now they're going to ask, you know, questions. They're going to really get to know me. What happens if they don't like me once I really get to know them? The more I know about them, the more I like them, and therefore the more I want, you know, like the more my heart is invested in wanting this to work out. You know, so what I'm really trying to paint a picture of here, and I could probably throw more analogies at you, but I'm just kind of trying to like show an example of how sometimes the more we know, the less confident we get. So that traditional, conventional thinking process that says, hey, I'm gonna figure out what I want to do, then I'm gonna learn it, then I'm gonna be confident. When we get to phase 2, sometimes we get less confident. Okay, so clearly one of the ways to overcome that would be to continue learning. But if we keep thinking the more we're gonna learn, the more confident we're gonna get, that ends up backfiring. If we learn more, we're never going to know everything there is to know. And that's a perfectionist thing. And that, my friends, is what happened to me. The more I knew about things, the more I felt like an imposter. That imposter syndrome, I think I talked about in one of the other videos. You know, I mean, if you look at my resume, I've studied at Second City 2 times, Detroit and LA. I studied at the Groundlings. I studied at IO West. I've taken workshops like crazy. I did these things because I wanted to. I wasn't seeking confidence. I wasn't even necessarily looking for anything other than, honestly, hand to God, I just thought it would inform my acting, you know, my real acting. That's how things were back then, you know. You'd put improv on your resume and nobody, I mean, you wouldn't even put it on there. When I first started acting, you actually wouldn't even necessarily put it on there because you don't want people to think you're some, you know, goofball weirdo. You're like, I'm a legitimate actor, you know. So I'd be like, I have studied Meisner technique, which I did, and I adore Meisner because it's very improvisational in style, you know, of just working off your partner, working off. I love that. That's really my bread and butter. So anyways, okay, so there's the confidence thing where the more you learn, the less confident you might get. However, there is obviously the flip side of that coin. You don't want to front so much confidence that you're actually resisting learning. Don't ever resist learning. Just recognize that learning is not necessarily going to bring confidence. So now I want to get to the real, probably title of this video, which is this. Sometimes confidence itself is your qualification. Think about that. Sometimes confidence is your qualification. That doesn't mean it's fake confidence. If you know how to show confidence, it is something that you have to learn how to do. And it is legitimate because you've learned how to show confidence. I have not learned or studied more from the point when I felt that it was time for me to start showing confidence and showing confidence. I did not train at yet another school, take more classes. What happened is, for me, a great friend of mine actually in privacy said, Melissa, show confidence. And I was like, what? And, you know, he was right. He said, show confidence. And I was like, I think I can do that. And then the next time I taught a class, I showed confidence. And I therefore was more confident. And then all of a sudden this iceberg, because honestly, I was like, I've been fucking studying and or doing improv and acting and other, you know, artistic endeavors as far as writing, painting, theater, all kinds of different things. Certainly, I mean, this is the part where my confidence level is low. I haven't done as much as a lot of people, but I haven't done as little as a lot of people who act way more confident than I do. And that's the truth. So anyway, I'm not going to share all my personal stuff that I had to do in my head, but just for what that meant to me, I was like, yeah, you know what? And I was like, and what occurred to me was, I know how to play a character that looks confident on stage. I have no problem with that at all. I mean, you want to give me a character, hello, I am the princess of a very important country. And if you haven't heard of my country, probably it's just because you're an undereducated asshole European, or perhaps an American, because Americans are fucking stupid. Okay, that was just me sort of play acting. I know how to exude, I know how to play a confident character. What do you want from me? I'm confident. I know how to put on the mask of confidence. So it was like, but then I was like, am I being fake? No, I wasn't being fake. I was just owning a level of confidence that, quite frankly, it was inappropriate for me. Once I started teaching, it was inappropriate for me to continue to present as somebody that's so mousy that I was actually not gifting my students a level of confidence that they need to be able to have in me so they can have any faith in any of this shit that I'm teaching. And I learned this shit from other people. I even feel responsible to those people that I have learned from who are awesome, that I have a responsibility to take what I learned from them and pass it to you with some confidence and say, this shit I learned from these people over here is quality. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So learn this. This itself is something to learn. Confidence itself is a valuable qualification. Okay? I hope you guys go through your day confidently and you enjoy yourselves and enjoy your lives and live them to the fullest. All right. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.